Hello everyone, welcome to Higher Playing Games. My name's Simon and this is Battle Riders, and thank you very much for the developer for sending me across a copy to take a look at. This is a PC game. I'm assuming by its aesthetic and the way how it plays that it's also a mobile game. And, excuse me, this takes, well, it does what it says in the tin, doesn't it? It's a weaponised combat battle game. Now, there's several things that I like about the game. There's quite a lot about the game that I really struggle with. So I'm going to take you through some of the stuff as I go about it and find it. Firstly, you can only control the menus by the mouse, even though you can actually play the game on a controller. When you deal with acceleration, it's always just put to auto as opposed to manual. However, when you play with acceleration, stuff like that, it's like a left-hander's guy's dream. So brake is what you would call right trigger and accelerate is left trigger. It's like back to front. Bizarre. I've never experienced a game where it's that way round. Really confusing. Also to note that although it is, let me dive back, a single player game, when you go into single race and you play with different things and you want to play with either having a clean race, a time trial, survival, battle race or a duel or elimination, everything is locked. So you only start off with one track, you only and you can change between day and night. You only start off with one car and you only start off with one weapon. So you have to really think about what you want to do to actually play the game before you do it. And you have to unlock everything in rookie career mode. So you start off in your rookie tier, you go through the 30 events, and then you build up, 32 events, and then you build yourself up as you go. Now, as you can see, I've not exactly got far into the career mode, but I already feel like I know what this game has to offer because it's doing nothing different every time I play, despite what I'm doing. So let's go for... Let's do... in fact, let's do survival in Canyon, because this will show quite a lot about the game. When you go to your ride out in your garage, there are other cars that you can unlock as you go along, but they're done by winning certain career events. So that's how based you are. And you've got to win 16 before you unlock the next car, which I feel is a bit excessive. Now, one of the things that I do like about this game, sorry, I've gone on a bit of a hate mission, is that you have a right weapon and a left weapon, and you can decide your loadout as you go along. So you start off with both machine guns. I've upgraded my right one to a missile. My left one's still a machine gun because I've not bought that on that side. But look, you can go and upgrade it and so on and so forth. I really like that as a concept. You can also deal with armour and get upgrades. Each upgrade is unlocked once you buy the previous one. Same for speed. And you can do custom paint jobs and a couple of skins, but there's like 3 skins. It's very limited at what you can do. Now, quite laughably, for a game that has auto acceleration, there's a time trial mode. And it's essentially just steering left and right to capture as many of the power-up boosts as you go. It's a terrible idea for a mode. Don't do that. So, auto acceleration's on. I'm doing nothing here. So, with acceleration, whenever you go over something to pick up something, it doesn't, even though it implies that then goes away, it doesn't. So in the early races, everyone drives over everything. So essentially, with elimination mode, you just hang around at the back because there is no incentive to do anything else, and there's only ever like one car that has mines. So long as you avoid the car that's got the mines attached, you're fine. And if you're in an elimination race, just don't put the mines on. It seems like a really weird, short-sighted way of dealing with the game itself and the mode. And it's actually this mode that's generally actually the best mode of the lot. Battle mode does actually work quite well as well. But because there is a little bit of rubber banding, not tons, with battle mode, essentially you end up doing exactly the same as what you've done here. Because there's quite a big respawn time, you then get far enough away so that you don't actually need to deal with racing people properly, because they're that far away from you. You can just poot along ahead. And as the tracks get more complex, occasionally the AI runs into a little bit of problems where they hit the walls and things like that, and so long as you drive relatively cleanly and stay at the back, you win. So that's how an elimination race works. Battle race essentially runs exactly the same, because you just hang around at the back, kill everyone, get to the front, you win. The rubber banding does eventually let people catch up eventually, but normally in these races they're so short that it doesn't really matter, and so you kind of like okay, and just kind of move on with life. Things that it does well, though, and let's do a battle race just so you can see one being done. And let's be slightly unfair and upgrade our performance of our car. The handling of the car actually is like really good arcade ways. So you're drifting around corners, you don't necessarily have to brake if you don't want to, and that's quite nice. It feels very much though like this game was made from loads of stock parts, because this drives like every single arcadey type mobile game that I've ever played that's gone for this type of aesthetic. It's almost like they must be like this. I don't know if it's because that's what gets bought off the rack or not. But it just seems to be the way how they all are. And that's fine, because you get used to it. But it doesn't give the game any character whatsoever. Like the AI drivers, you're in a single player game, give them some names. That's the least that Destruction Derby used to do. You used to go and look out for things like the learner driver and stuff like that, because they were memorable and it had some character around it. This feels so much like an empty shell that even the stuff that it does do right, I'm instantly bored of, because now I'm up front. They're shooting each other, they're not shooting me. I don't have a weapon that I can chuck behind. I can't even look behind. So I just kind of plod along as I am. Other weird things that annoy me, I'm sorry this has turned into a bit of a rant. The top line that shows the entire race, hey, I finally got hit. Shows the entire race, not per lap, which confused me initially. Oh, I got hit again. Yay! Grab that. Pull me away a little bit. But yeah, I just kind of think, I've seen it all before, I've done it all before. It's competently made, the frame rate is great. I don't feel challenged. I've not played on higher tiers of cars for something to be speedier, and to be fair, I've not necessarily played this game particularly with the acceleration off, but I don't feel like I need to. I don't know why. Why in driving games is this now becoming a thing with auto accelerate, especially when that's part of the tactic of what you're trying to do? It just confuses me. And then to put time trial on an automatic racing accelerating thing, it's so dependent on what upgrades you have on your car. So yeah, I'm going to stop here with this, because I find this game actually, like, this to me epitomizes the problem of mass production of games that are really, really generic, probably relatively cheap, and probably on mobile devices, maybe free to play with, like, unlock all the tracks for £1 or two or something like that. And that's fine for what it is, but when this comes out onto a Steam platform, I look for something that's going to have a little bit of character and class. And whilst this is competently made, I've not run into any bugs or any problems like that, and that's fantastic. Character and depth and something that just says this is me and this is the game that I want to be goes such a long way to making you stand out from a crowd, especially in a genre that has been done to death in a good way so many times already. This does not warrant an extra place on your shelf. So that is, if that doesn't put you off and you do like these types of games, Battle Riders is available, I believe, now for you to purchase on PC, I believe mobile as well. But you have been warned. You've got to unlock everything. It's all on auto drive, and there's very little of a challenge for you to have. So thanks for watching. I hope that review was informative. Please do stay tuned for a video every day here on Higher Playing Games, and take care. Bye for now.